Welcome, everybody. Hello. I'm Stephen the Jupiterian here with, and actually, today, I today I'm going to share with you my chart plus my Sabian symbols. I was gonna do that yesterday, but hey. Um, and today is Elizabeth Taylor's birthday as well. I will share that also. Um, so we have a lot on the agenda today. Mercury's still retrograde. So here's the chart for right now. It's nearly 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday, the 27th of February. Okay, I'm sorry. I have my cell phone is talking to me. All right, well, there you go. Mercury retrograde in the fourth house. Communication. Interesting things are happening. Yes. Um, so yeah. And I averted a flood the other day. And so yeah, that's a good thing. And the humidifier or dehumidifier. The dehumidifier that I have is working much better now, actually. And I'm I'm thankful for one of my friends who let me know that I need to put the microphone closer to me so you can hear me better. And so yeah, I'm sorry if it faded because I always turn my head to the left. I don't know why. Um, well, that's because I have my phone next to me. Actually, uh, my mom is still in rehab. Um, Not sure when she's getting out of there yet. And in 2 days' time, I will have my solar return. And I'm going to share that also with you. Um, so let's clear this off. Remove that. Because actually, the moon is still in Cancer today. And tomorrow, well, let's see. Well, uh, let's move that a day. So tomorrow, the 28th, the moon finally moves into Leo. Or actually, wait a minute. Let me see. Or is that later tonight? No. Actually, it is late. Well, no. Tomorrow, Saturday, the February 28th. Yay. Huh. The moon will be in Leo. So if you're feeling emotional like I am today, yeah, actually, Jupiter and this moon are in Cancer right now. Um, so let me go to um nearest solar return, which will be on the 1st of March 2026 at 4:08 p.m. It'll be 1:08 p.m. on the west coast where I am. But yeah, actually, there'll be a lot of things going on that day. My solar return, where we have the solar return chart is the outer wheel. See, it says outer ring, solar return. It's in my ninth house. Yay! Happy birthday to me. And ninth house perfection year, I will be 56. Yay. hopefully I'll be writing a book. I'm actually will be writing a book. I actually have been working on things slowly, but Mercury's retrograde right now. So, when Mercury moves direct on March 20th, um, we'll probably get revi well, I'm in the revision state right now, and, rewinding things from the past and, finishing things up. Yay. So, this is pretty cool. Alright, I'm gonna stop my share. I'm going to share with you the next thing I wanted to share with you were my Sabian symbols. So, here's my March 2nd, 1970. This is a placid. Well, I couldn't change this to pole sign, but these still are my Sabian symbols. Um, the sun in Pisces at 11 degrees. Well, you round it up to 12 because it's 11 degrees, 17 minutes of my sun. The sun is in, so you round it to 12. An examination of initiates. So, I, yeah. So the examination of initiate. Then we open the book, Sabian, the Sabian symbols, a screen of prophecy, Diana E. Roche, and you turn to page, yeah, do 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 do. Oops. Okay, that was too far. Yeah, Pisces, 12 degrees. Keyword qualification. Well, I do have lots of qualifications. Yes. Master's degree, um, and certificates. I am also a sculptor. I have the moon with the moon in the first house of Sagittarius. So, um, initiate. Well, actually, let's start. Let's complete the sun. An examination of initiates. Initiation is the theme. This symbol speaks to ethics and to a time of spiritual evolution or testing. The image of an examination of initiates portrays a rite of passage that demands proof of knowledge, skills, and progress after a period of rigorous training. Well, this is true. I have been training, learning astrology. I'm an astrologer, and I'm also a teaching astrologer, and I also do tarot. So I have certificates in tarot. Um, Also teaching. So yeah, I'm have the proof of knowledge. My master's degree from NYU in educational theater, which is pretty cool to use in storytelling and with myth using because actually astrology is this using planets mythology and symbols in an ethical way, an educational way. The emphasis here is on the progress after a period of rigorous training. Yes. The emphasis here is on the ability to effectively demonstrate the highest ideals and principles, even in the face of criticism. It also suggests the possibility of misunderstanding or rejection by those whose values lie more in material realms. Well, this is true. I'm a more spiritual person. Um, my dharma is my moksha. Apparently, I've learned that with from Sun, a wonderful astrologer, fellow astrologer, Sonnet, named Sonnet. So yeah, thank you, Sonnet. And yes, upcoming astrologer herself. And this degree can also indicate a group ordeal or personal challenge that compels an answer to the question, are you who you say you are? Yes. I have the proof, and I can show the proof. Apparently, I guess that's why I'm yeah. The sun in at 12. I need to show him qualification, or I'm qualified, and I'm not inept, and I'm quite a good sculptor. I'm painter, artist with Moon in Sagittarius, the sculptor. Let's move to that one, to page. Um, Aquarius, Sagittarius. 20, we round up to 27 degrees because my moon is at 26 degrees and some minutes. So you round up to 27. And 27 degrees, the sculptor. Immortalization. Hmm. Theme, shaping destiny. This symbol speaks to vision and a desire to create and shape experience according to a particular design and purpose. The image of a sculptor alludes to the development of potential and the sharing of personal vision or view of life with others. The emphasis here is on a mastery of mind over matter and the ability to inspire others through a dramatic articulation of the hidden beauty and meaning in all life forms. At its highest, this symbol represents self fulfillment through creative expression. Self serving manipulation, well, on the negative side, could be self serving manipulation or insensitivity and abrasiveness. Well, I can say I've worked on that. In my younger years, I may have had a temper, but yeah. As I've aged, nearly 56 years old, um, I try my best not to lose my temper when I don't get my way. I have Mars trine moon, the moon trine Mars, or yeah, Mars in Aries and the moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius rising. You know, I saw. Hey, I worked. I worked on myself all these years, and I've actually I did quite well for myself. Education. I'm highly into education, as you'll probably see. Um, because I have Mercury in Aquarius, a butterfly with the right wing more perfectly formed. So, quite interesting, huh? This image of a butterfly with the right wing more perfectly formed. So let's move to Aquarius at 25 degrees, because actually it's at 24 degrees in some minutes. You round up to 25. And let's see here. Hold on a sec. Let's make this the entire screen. Okay. There we go. All right. Doing something behind the scenes here. Because I don't, okay, exit that full screen. And now, yeah. So you'll see my Mercury is at 24 degrees and some change. All right, well, share that after this. You've seen my chart many times, those of you who have been here on my channel. And I just shared my chart. Um, so 25 degrees. Uniqueness is the key word. The process of becoming. This symbol speaks to individual difference and to a man's ability to overcome handicaps through the use of willpower and determination. Well, Mercury in Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, which makes sense. Having the willpower and determination. And Mars actually making a sextile to Mercury as well, as you'll see in my chart. The image of a butterfly with the right wing more perfectly formed does not imply that the left or unconscious and subjective side is defective, but rather that there is a fuller development of the right or conscious and objective side. The emphasis in this degree is on using anomaly or difference to to your advantage. The butterfly is a universal symbol of metamorphosis, immortality, and spirit. Thus, this image is also a poetic illustration of the never-ending process of spiritual growth and transformation. My entire life is transformation. you'll yep. This whole year with I was in I'm in an eighth house perfection year. Um yes, I'm about to spread my wings. Felt like I was in this chrysalis for so long for this whole year. And actually the butterfly is about to emerge from the caterpillar to the butterfly. Yay. Okay, on positive, at its highest, this symbol represents ingenuity and a talent for creativity, capitalizing on inadequacies and imperfections. Well, Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, actually, I used to wanna be perfect, but hey, that I'll share that with you as well. On the negative side, that seems like a negative, but, um, yeah. The negative exploitation of personal handicaps or a reversal of to conform to cooperate as the result of believing that some self-perceived superiority entitles the individual to special privilege and exemption. Well, this is true. Yeah. Your greatest advantage lies in capitalizing on what makes you unique. Well, I had to lean into my uniqueness. Um, uh, it's difficult. It was difficult when I was younger. Having to be told that try to fit in. You know, I shouldn't. I couldn't be my unique self. Couldn't express my unique self, which kind of was a disservice to me as growing up. Yeah. And then I have Venus in Pisces, 21 degrees. Let's go to 21 degrees. Perceiving the beauty in difference is the theme of this. And key word is talent. Yes. I developed my talents in creative endeavors, many. Also, the art of teaching. I perfected that too. Perceiving the beauty in difference. This symbol speaks to the importance of finding the meaning and opportunity in diversity. The image of a little white lamb, a child, and a Chinese servant alludes to the value of respecting individual differences. Yes. And finding creative ways to motivate individuals with unique and special gifts to work toward common goals. Well, that's how I became a teacher, elementary school teacher, and to middle school. I taught kindergarten through 8th grade for over 20 years. And so, yeah. And actually, I'll be teaching astrology this year. I hope. I hope to. Yay. Um, the figures in this image have no apparent relationship to each other. They are unique and complete within themselves, and yet they appear together as a tableau vivant, separate yet together. Tableau. Hey, I learned all about tableau education in educational theater. It's almost like where you take a snapshot where all the actors just freeze, and there's a snapshot of a moment a on the stage. And I would love to incorporate astrology with um astro drama. I would love to incorporate do some astro drama. Please, someone. I so want to do that with a group, acting out someone's chart. Do that at at a birthday party as well. So hit me up. The emphasis here is on integration and synthesis. The Chinese servant looks to the past, the lamb to the present, and the child to the future. Yet time is an illusion, and each is a part of the eternal now. That's quite interesting. Venus is rules my 11th house of connection of, and my MC is there. I have Uranus there as well. So can I be unique? Yes. Can I fit in? I'm an astrologer, so yes, I can fit in there. Um, I fit in with other astrologers, and I'll share that with you. So actually, the Sabian symbol for Mars in Aries, 26 lost opportunity regained in the imagination. Well, this makes sense because actually I have Mars in the fifth house of creativity, imagination, self-expression. Um, it was stifled when I was younger because I was very uh, active and had a very active imagination, and I was a very active child. Yes. I have my Chiron there as well, as I'll show you Chiron down here at 5, almost rounding up to 5 degrees, which is the triangle with wings. Yes, just imagine. Okay, let's go to Aries. Let's go to Aries. We'll go to the fifth degree first because I'm interested. A triangle with wings, zeal is the key word here. Enthusiasm. I was a very enthusiastic kid. Yes. And I embody enthusiasm. This symbol speaks to the ability an individual to come through his experiences spiritually and psychologically intact, as long as he remains true to self or acts purely from the center of his being. Well, I always try to do that on here. Yes. Post in the comments if you agree. I always try to bring this very ethereal, spiritual, prophetic to my what I share here on my channel. I'm very zealous. Yes. I'm not a zealot, but zealous. And then let's go to uh, Aries, 27 degrees. The key word here, lost opportunity regained in the imagination. The key word is reformulation, learning from experience. Well, that's true. I have on my when I was younger, everything I did was learned from experience. Experience teaching, traveling. I learned, yeah, a lot. I traveled when I was younger, and as I grew older, I got more into my sun sign, and yeah, being a homebody, I was very active. The symbol speaks to new insights gained through the process of reflecting on past experiences from the vantage point of maturity and the passage of time. It also speaks to new opportunities created by putting the pieces of the past together in a new and productive way. The image of lost opportunity regained in the imagination refers to gaining understanding, learning from experience, remembering things long forgotten, and the chance to reestablish broken connections or take up something that was rejected or passed over on the first encounter. That's quite interesting. Within a new framework of hope and optimism. The accent is on rectification. Rethinking things brings new insights and understanding. I don't think, well, I've never held remorse or cried over spilled milk and blaming the past for the present failures. Because actually, I'm not. I'm actually, I actually am optimistic that my future is bright. That's a pretty good thing, yes. Uh-huh. On the at its highest, this symbol represents keen perception and the courage to make changes or start over again when it is obvious that the present approach can't bring about the desired result. So true. I learned that in my when I was a teacher. Actually, although in a science, also a science project, you had to have this consistency, right? Every the you do a science project or science anything in science, and you have to have a consistent result every time you do it. That's what I learned from many experiences as well. So let's go to Jupiter in Scorpio. And it's Jupiter in Scorpio. 6 degrees. A gold rush. Let's see what that means. If you're, I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am, because I really never actually read my Sabian symbols before. I learned about Sabian symbols. Um, seizing opportunity. Wow. Ambition. Seizing opportunities. Well, I do seize opportunities when they come. I don't say no to them like I used to. I'm not afraid. I used to be afraid to try things when I was younger, and then when I learned, got to college, started teaching, learning about the world around me. I'm a fire. Yeah. My first, ninth, and fifth houses are fire houses. So my purpose is to be out in the world. So yeah. Um, and share what I know. Moon in Sagittarius, first house, Sagittarius rising, teaching. Yeah. Sharing what I know. And not being afraid of looking like an idiot or an ass. I learned that when I was on stage doing community theater, and with my master's degree as well. Hey, you learn by your mistakes. Hopefully, oh, most of us do anyway. I know I have. Um, let's see, a gold rush. All right, seizing opportunity. Okay. This symbol speaks to resourcefulness or the ability to take creative advantage of what is at hand when a need or opportunity arises. The image of a gold rush dramatizes ambition and a willingness to make personal sacrifices or endure temporary hardships in order to gain the greater rewards ahead. The emphasis in this symbol is on the necessity that men learn to think intelligently or use their heads and exercise their initiative to overcome limitations. The suggestion here is that when individuals focus on their assets and capabilities rather than on their deficiencies and problems, then their situations will improve. This is so true of me. I needed to, yeah, I was so, yeah, I have Jupiter in the 12th house, so um, I'm my worst critic. I would um, focus on my deficiencies and problems. And then actually, I learned to that I'm not the only one has these has problems. So yeah, I didn't lock myself away. I got myself out there, and the situation's improved. At its highest, the symbol represents optimism and a natural gift for spotting opportunity and bringing out the best and highest potential of every situation. That's what I do. Yes, I'm very optimistic. I'm not, I don't use optimism and greed or a lack of discrimination in an inability to recognize the true value of things. Because you'll see, I do have Mm, I do place high value on things. Saturn rules my second house of Capricorn, and I have Saturn in the sixth. So we're going to Saturn next in Taurus at 5 degrees. Okay, 5 degrees of Taurus. Reorientate. The key word is reorientation, letting go and moving on. This symbol speaks to the great sense of deprivation and grief that an individual can experience when he makes anything physical the entire focus of his reality and affection and then loses it. The image of a widow at an open grave is one of the images Mark Jones described as reversed symbolism, and he commented that there is an implication here of a need to release the self from all outworn elements of experience and let go of that which is dead and gone and get on with living. Well, that's true. I needed to, yes. I got out there. I got on the, I lived. I actually was. I'm laughing because I was thinking of anti-meme. Um, you've got to live. Oh God! Sorry, everybody. If you know, you know. The emphasis here is on the need to adjust. The individual is asked to focus on what he still has rather than what has been lost, and to count his blessings. I do. I do. At its highest, this symbol represents the ability to maintain equilibrium and flexibility in the face of change, material loss, disappointment, or premature endings. On the negative side could be pessimism, discouragement, and feelings of helplessness or a lack of self confidence. Yes, I had a lack of self confidence, and it's taken me so long to gain the confidence to just be my unique self and not to give a shit what other people think of me and what I need, what I'm share, what I am capable of sharing and teaching. I know astrology. Yeah, the greatest advantage here lies in looking ahead to the future. Take stock of your skills and talents and all the resources around you. You may have overlooked something you can use. Well, actually, my teaching has always helped me to plan my lessons and what I want to teach and stay on point, not go off on tangents, which you can do sometimes. I know I can go off on a tangent. I don't want to go through the rest of these, not really, because the outer planets, a blazing fireplace in a deserted home. Libra, 8 Uranus at 8 degrees. Okay. Neptune, a grand army of the Republic. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Let's see what Neptune, 1 degree of Sagittarius means, because I do have that in my first house as well. Before my ascendant, at 22 degrees or 23, my ascendant is at 23 degrees. So immigrants entering. Yeah. So here you go. Immigrants entering, which is interesting. I'm gonna look up that one as well. Yeah. But first let's go to Neptune in Sagittarius at 1 degree. Oop. Because actually this book starts, there is no 0 degree. Actually it starts at 1 degree. If you have 0 degrees and 1 minute, you even round that up to one. The key word is reminiscence. The reunion theme. The theme of this is the reunion. This symbol speaks to an appreciation of the value in all experience, and to a recognition of the principle that any present well-being is dependent on having taken right action in the past. The image of a grand army of the Republic campfire depicts a reunion of elderly soldiers reminiscing about the good old days or reliving the past, and it reflects camaraderie and a common bond developed out of group effort and shared experience. The emphasis here is on the inner strength that derives from not placing either negative or positive value on experience during an immediate crisis. On a practical level, this symbol is about doing your best. At its highest, this symbol represents group support and the ability to unite individuals by helping them see their common goals and interests. Resting on laurels or a glorification of the past as an excuse for failing to accomplish anything meaningful or significant in the present. Let's go to immigrants entering next. My ascendant, 20 to 23 degrees, rounding up to 23 degrees. Yeah, that's a good thing. Rounding up to 23 degrees instead of 22. Rounding up to 23. Immigrants entering. Entrance. I'm yeah. Trying something new is the theme of this. This symbol speaks to the recognition of opportunity and to a willingness to risk or leave the safe and familiar in the hope of finding greater freedom and meaning in life. The image of immigrants entering dramatizes the importance of being able to let go and detach from any situation that offers no further potential for growth or creative expression and establish the self in friendlier surroundings. On a practical level, I'm always practical. I'm a I'm a life path 4. I have to be practical. Always. Pretty much. So, that's quite interesting. I like that. Um this image symbolizes new beginnings and a new experience in unfamiliar territory. The suggestion here is that a trial and error period of learning and orientation is just around the corner. At its highest, this symbol represents adaptability and the courage to start over with when any present situation proves unprofitable or unworkable. Giving up too easily is on the negative side, giving up too easily, or a grass is greener on the other side of the fence philosophy. I never had that. Grass is always greener on the other side of the fence philosophy. I'm always optimistic. My moon is in Sagittarius. Optimism. Yeah, I'm a Jupiterian through and through. Uh, all right, I'm going to stop this share and I'm going to share with you my chart again with my solar return. So the inner wheel, I'm sorry, the inner wheel, this right here. This inner wheel is my my natal chart. And the outer ring is my solar return chart. We'll clear all that, yeah. Close that. So, as you can see, I will actually just show you that because actually I have 22 degrees and 10 minutes. If I was 21 degrees and 10 minutes, I would round to 22. But you round this to 23 when you're doing Sabian symbols. You round this to 1. 0 degrees and 53 minutes of Neptune in Sagittarius. And the moon at 20, you round up to 27 degrees. Mercury, round to 25 degrees. Round this up to 12. This would be rounded to 13. This would be rounded to 21. Venus in Pisces with 6 minutes. Even if it's 6 minutes, round up 21 degrees. Chiron, round up. This is almost 5 degrees, so you round up to 5 degrees. Mars, 27 degrees. You round up to 27 here because we have 34 minutes, 43 minutes. No, I'm sorry, 34 minutes. I'm dyslexic today. That's 34. All right, and then we round this up to 5 degrees. And we round this up to 6, even though it's retrograde. Jupiter is retrograde in my 12th house. Actually, the vertex, actually, I'm going to be teaching a lesson on relationships and the vertex, the 11th, the 5th, and the 7th houses, the moon and Jupiter, I'm sorry, Venus, the moon, and Mercury, how you communicate. Communication is key in all relationships. So, yeah, I'll be teaching a lesson on that very soon. And I'm excited for that. So, all right, I want to share with you next, before I go. Today is the late, great Elizabeth Taylor's birthday. If I can find her chart. Elizabeth Taylor, yes. February 27th, 1932. Today is her birthday. Her solar return was yesterday. The 25th. It was on the 25th. That's kind of interesting that it was on her solar return would have been on the 25th. Yes, she was born the 27th. Well, there you go. That's because it's a leap year. You take the leap year into consideration. Sometimes your birthday lands on a day or two before your birthday or after. So that's Dame Elizabeth Taylor. We'll remove that. So she had the moon in Scorpio. Her relationship was she was married 8 times. 7th house, Mercury, is ruled by Mercury. And she has Mercury in Pisces in detriment and fall in Pisces. At least it's not retrograde. That's a good thing. Could be worse. Although it's in a Kazemi to her sun. And it conjuncts Mars. They conjunct Mars. She had a very tumultuous childhood. Her father was very demanding and probably abusive as well. Um, Although she has her ruling planet is in Jupiter. Is Jupiter in Leo in her 9th house. So she had high values, high expectations. She had held she became very spiritual when she got older. She got into Buddhism. But this moon in the 12th house is tough for her. Um, she it was I'm sure it was not easy being a public figure and having the moon in the 12th house of hidden enemies and self-undoing, which she became addicted to alcohol and painkillers. She was very passionate in her acting career. Venus rules her 11th house. She had the MC in the 11th house as well. Career is 11th house. MC. Her MC is part of her career. So she was very extremely passionate in the projects, passion projects she was involved in. She had Venus in Aries and fifth house of creativity and self expression. She was very passionate, expressed a lot of herself. And people saw her beauty. They didn't see much of her brilliance. She was a brilliant actress. She was brilliant in everything she did. And it was hidden from others. It was very private to her, but everyone saw her beauty and her violet eyes. She was a really amazing actress as well. So happy birthday, heavenly birthday to you, Elizabeth Taylor. You have personified what it means to be a strong woman and in business too, and stay true to yourself. As fellow Sagittarius rising, uh, I have Venus in Pisces. I felt for her. I really did. And she was always interested in the cause. She had a lot of friends too. So, yeah. Alrighty. I'm going to stop that. Thanks for watching. My name is Stephen the Jupiterian. Um, if you'd like to book a reading with me or a tutoring session or, or anything like that, ICM, you can book through my website at itsinyourstars.com. And thanks for watching. Take it easy. Bye, everybody. Oh, on the 1st, I'll be live with my, on the 1st of, well, in the late afternoon. I have a class, and it'll be my solar return, March 1st. 2 days from today. Yep. Today's the 28th. No, today's, yeah, today's Friday. So tomorrow's Saturday and then Sunday, the 1st of March. All right. Bye, everybody.